All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome back. Episode 95 of Blame Your Brother. And slowly making it up to episode 100. And we are excited to get there. We're excited about episode 95, which is today. Big thanks to Bobby Joe Hennessy for coming on, being our guest host last week. We were in a tight spot, and he helped us out, so we appreciate that. Bobby Joe, we know you listen, so appreciate it. We'll see you at that 24-hour stream. But let's introduce ourselves. I am one-third of the trio. I'm David, a.k.a. D-Brew, a.k.a. Birdman, a.k.a. Nashville Reddit, a.k.a. Sad. And I'm joined by this guy, sits to the left of me. It's my actual brother. It's Lee.
What up, everybody? I'm the real Nick Nickum. I am the BYB pod keeper of the holy underwear and the one and only LeBron safety pin.
That's right. Your Cavs are doing great in the games, man.
Doing great.
Why have we never called you LeBron Blamer?
I don't know.
It's a good one. Okay, anyways, and then I'm also joined by this guy who sits to the right of me. Back from the left coast of America. It's the one, it's the only, it's John.
Hey everybody, glad to be back. John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. Mr. Groupon, the sole operator of the Disappointment Cannon and the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
That's right, so that's three of us, David, Lee, John, and we're going to hit some topics today. We're going to entertain you, give advice. John's back. We definitely have to talk about his trip, but before we get started on that, Lee, last week, some controversial things were said. It was a very controversial episode. Do you have anything you need to apologize for?
I do. I have a couple of things. First, I have to apologize to John.
Mm.
I was planning on taking the week off on John, just, letting things sit. That didn't happen. I went a little too hard, and the man wasn't even here to defend himself. And that is wrong, and for that, I apologize. Not only that, I have to apologize for my very weak take on camo. I was like a small child stumbling through it. I obviously have not worn a lot of camo in my life.
Rough.
It's something that I would like to do.
You need to apologize to the troops.
I apologize to the troops.
For being unpatriotic.
For being unpatriotic.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh, a list. Your disrespect for hip-hop as a medium.
Disrespect hip-hop.
Putting all white people on the Mount Rushmore of rap.
I'm sorry for putting white people on...
No. All white people.
No, I had that. Who's the guy that get out of my business?
Who's the guy? Who's that guy?
Exactly.
Ludacris. I apologize to all those white people for putting them with Ludacris.
If you haven't listened to episode 94, go back and listen to Lee's rap Mount Rushmore. It was bad. Okay, anything else?
I do apologize. I feel like I was put a little bit on the spot, a little out of my comfort zone on that one. I do listen to both kinds of music though, hip and hop. Just so everyone at home is aware.
Ooh, jeez. All right, John, was there anything that you heard last week you need to apologize for or anything you need to set the record straight on?
Oh, we only got an hour show.
Oh, wow.
But, there as a Mormon and the subject of Mormonism came up, there was a lot of stuff that was incorrect, not even close
what was
to being
incorrect?
true.
Just go off real quick. What was incorrect?
Well, the way the segment came across, it made it sound like Mormons of all ages were...
No, we said, what if a kid had to wear Mormon underwear? Would you be cool with that? What if? We never said...
Yeah, but you made it sound like that was the case.
I think you read what you wanted.
We didn't mean to air your dirty laundry, your dirty videos and stuff.
No dirty videos here.
Is that the big thing or what?
I mean, that bothered me a little bit, but yeah.
It bothered you.
That's the only thing.
Let's
nothing
just say
else.
I was disappointed.
Okay, well there we go. So, we don't know about Mormon underwear, so I mean, you acting like we.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like that's like having me and Lee discuss the history of rap when you're not here.
How do you think feminists feel when they listen to this show? How do you think people feel many ways about when we talk about most topics we discuss? Like, if they're all upset, we're screwed, man. I mean, that's the basis of the show. But anyway, that's fine, man. Hey, keeping it real. All right, well, I'm good. I was perfect last week. I listened back. I was very happy with my performance. So, John, You went out to the left coast, the west coast, California.
I did.
Tell us the highlight. Don't tell us all about it because we'll be here all night. Tell us some highlights.
It's actually a lot colder in San Diego than you would think. The Pacific Ocean is very cold. It's still beautiful though. It seems like that whole area it's a conglomeration of mountains, beach, and desert, just all in one area. It's really, really gorgeous. A lot of variety of plant life. My highlight was we did go to SeaWorld one day, and I'm a fan of dolphins. They had a pretty cool dolphin show. That was my highlight. That was my favorite thing.
You encounter any wacko weirdos? Anything? I mean, you
did determine that like if I was going to be homeless,
yeah,
San Diego's the place to be homeless.
Well, yeah, that's what they're like. Portland's another good place because they take really good care of the homeless people there as well. Like, but I see your point. Weather-wise, a lot of them do try to go to California.
Yeah.
From what I hear, I don't know. Like I'm hanging out with the homeless community, but I've read that if they can get to San Diego, California, it's pretty good.
That's the place to be, and it seems like everybody owns a dog. There's a lot of dogs, and they were all like very like well behaved and just really, really, really. I mean, it made me want to get a dog. I mean, this.
Wow.
Really
See,
cool.
that's how it starts.
Wow.
So that's how they indoctrinate you over there.
Yeah.
This is coming from like you two are like the biggest anti-dog people I know.
What?
Yeah. Just based on
on what?
You just said you're like dogs. I don't like them. Like
I've never.
You were like
said
I got
that.
a wife. I got a kid. Why do I need a dog? Stuff like that. You've said it on the.
I've said that, but I've never said I don't like dogs. I
David,
love dogs.
he just admitted it.
Whatever.
We can move on. I can tell it's a sensitive subject.
I could go 30 minutes on that, but anyway. So, yes, I know you and Lee. Your gimmick, your little bit you like to do is you like to crap all over the states, all trying to get all 49, maybe 50. I don't know what your ploy. Do you want to take this moment to crap on California?
No, I enjoyed it.
Okay, well, there you go. That was your chance to do a bit right there, and you totally missed it.
Not gonna lie.
Okay, well, there we go. Lee, do you want to crap on California real quick?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you missed your chance. So California's safe?
It's not their fault.
Okay, there you go.
What's that mean?
Whatever you want it to mean, John. It's
kind
not
of earthquake prone, I guess.
Leftist, yeah, no big deal.
Are they really left?
Yeah, it's very left state. Yeah, I mean that's why they call it the left coast, Portland and California. Yeah.
So you don't want to rip on them.
Well, I mean,
I could rip on California for a while if I wanted.
All right, we'll save it for who's to blame. How's that?
1 week we'll do California. I mean,
maybe this week.
The one good thing about California is most of the songs with California in the title are usually pretty good. So I'll give that. But
I mean, based on John wants to crap on all the states. He goes to California. He comes back. He doesn't want to crap on the state.
Yeah.
I've only crapped on one state. Lee's the one that craps on all those states.
One's more than me, so I'm.
Listen, John, just be quiet while we talk about you for a second.
Okay.
Oh boy. Now you had a whole week to do that already.
My point is, like, all the songs are good. John comes back. He's a state crapper. He doesn't crap on the state. You know, maybe it is the promised land.
So this is
what I'm saying. Like, maybe that is where we want to be.
So this is the moment in time right now. I don't know how, about 6-8 minutes in. This is the point in time where you took John's side. Okay, I just want that noted. I want it on the record. You're standing up for John now. Okay.
Yeah,
John?
I always stand up for John. Every chance I get.
And we're back to reset the clock. All right. Okay, well, did you do anything this past week, Lee? You didn't go to California, did you?
What did I do? I don't even remember. Who knows?
Wow. Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. I did, when I did get home, when I went to unpack my bag, there was a little TSA slip in my bag. Mine got chosen to go through.
Oh, nice.
So I'm glad I didn't bring anything back.
That's good. That's yeah. You always got. I mean, allegedly they're only looking for weapons and stuff is what they say. But who knows? You know, they may just bag it, keep
Maybe
it.
they thought about that cannon. They thought I had it with me.
There you go. And they were on to you. So nothing for Lee. I'm the same. Just busy working, doing the show. I nothing like by the time I get here, most of the time I can't even remember really what I did. I did something.
You had some cool things you were showing us before the show, where you have your drone set up now.
Oh yeah, I got it.
So like the people have to be careful now.
I'm out there watching in the sky, but yeah, I got a little drone, a cheap one, but it flies pretty good. It's the highest cheap model I guess there is,
What's your like? What's
Guess
your
we need
ultimate
to change
goal?
the show to blame your big brother.
There you go.
So you put,
We're watching.
so you put a camera on it and you're flying around recording, right?
Yeah.
So what's your ultimate goal? Are you going to be like peeping Tom people's
No,
windows?
I'd love to get,
Are
like-
you going to like
No, I'm
fly
not-
over Titan Stadium?
I would love to do that, but I don't know if I can get that high. I mean, for me to peep in people's windows, I'd have to be like very good, and I still suck. Like it's still.
So you're saying it's still a chance?
Yeah, it gets away. Well, I never said no, and always leave doors open. Okay, but yeah, I'll fly and it goes flying over into the way away. But I'm getting better. But yes, I love like in movies and TV shows, drone shots are like amazing when they're done.
Oh yeah.
And they're in every movie now. Like you watch a movie, it just looks awesome, man. It's just seeing the world above where you're at. It's a hobby. It's something
Have you ever
to do.
thought about doing like where you strap on the VR goggles? And
We did. My children love it.
Oh, that's what you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
interesting.
they watch while I fly, yeah.
Okay.
And so I'll let them fly for a
Do
little
they
bit.
like give you pointers? They're like, watch out.
They probably
Dad?
could. They probably could. But I can get now where I can kind of chase after. I got the GoPro, so I was kind of chasing after them a little bit. It looks kind of funny. So I'm happy to do stuff, and I'll put it on the YouTube once I get pretty decent at it, and it can be kind of a feature.
I would love for
Okay,
you to
so-
fly over the Nashville Reservoir. Do you know what that is?
I'm not going to take that chance, man.
Why?
What's the Nashville Reservoir? I thought there was water in there, right?
I mean,
It's a
kind
reservoir.
of.
Oh,
It's
I don't know what that
it's-
is.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
I want to fly over Greer Stadium,
The old one or the new
the
one?
old one. Because
Okay.
have you seen it?
Yeah, it's pretty
It's-
dilapidated.
it looks awesome though. I love it. It's like
Let's
everything.
just go down there and
Just
start a
everything
gang or
overgrown,
something.
Huh?
is it just overgrown?
Yeah,
or
just
what?
overgrown.
A
Yeah.
lot of graffiti.
Yeah.
A lot of
But it looks awesome.
junk.
Like I love it, because I like when nature and just everything kind of overtakes something. I love that. Like they used to have those shows on the History Channel. What would happen if people didn't live here? It's fun to watch and just see how really when you start thinking about how
I
small
was
we
actually, I mean, it's odd you mentioned that. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was kind of walking through my neighborhood with my son, and I just, when the grass kind of creeps out into the street in the cracks,
are. Yeah.
I was just like, I wonder how long it would look, in 10 years if nobody did anything about that. What would it look like?
Yeah, it looked crazy, right?
Yeah.
You can go down to Radnor Lake and see it in real time because there's roads that are crumbling. They closed them off to the public. But one more question about the drone, and
Sure.
then we'll move on.
Go for it.
How close are you to weaponizing your drone?
Not close at all. I don't have a weapon.
Have you thought about maybe
Put a knife
like
on it.
putting like some smoke bombs on it or some like
I think you.
some gas? What are those stink bombs?
I'm
And
not
you could
quite
like
sure.
drop it on people.
I don't know how I would do that.
Like you just get a mechanical switch that drops things, right?
Who's been thinking about this, John? Because he's got ideas. I'm like, dude, I can't make arms on it or whatever. But I'm glad you're thinking about it.
No problem,
So
man.
you want to know what drone? I'll
Maybe
tell you
some
after
mace,
the show.
like a mace.
Yeah, I'll tell you what drone is after the show, where you can start your peeping Tom career.
Thanks.
So, all right, cool. Well,
And assault.
there
Don't
we go.
forget assault.
Yes, there we go. Okay, well, we got plenty of topics to get to tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into some of those because it has been a week. Let's start. If you look at just the Donald Trump update real quick, because it's got to happen.
Dude, we need like the drop.
We do. I know. I wish
Donald Trump Nobel Peace Tracker.
I might have to make that.
I think he's off the radar on the Nobel Peace Prize.
No,
at
he's
this point.
back.
He's
They're
back.
They're back to talking.
Oh, they're back
again.
on the summit, sure, but he's nowhere.
I don't know. They sent him a letter.
The Nobel Peace Prize has been taken off the table.
No,
and
he sent him a letter and said, yeah, he's willing to talk again after
the
Trump.
Nobel Peace people or
No,
the
Kim Jong-un.
yeah.
Hey, it's close.
Okay.
But anyways, this week was funny because so the Philadelphia Eagles, if you don't know, won the Super Bowl. And customary in the past is that the team that won the Super Bowl was invited to the White House to meet the president. Well, so there's been times where people didn't go for whatever reason. We talked about Tom Brady not going 1 year. I don't believe anyone went last year. When I don't even know who won. All the Patriots won last year. I don't think a lot of them went last year. So whatever. Anyways, the Eagles pretty much said they weren't going to go. They were not going to be at the White House event this year. And so Donald Trump, after hearing this, said, you know what? Your invitation has been revoked, and we're going to have a party anyway, and we're going to have it with people that actually respect the flag and respect our freedom and all that. So it's almost like if you walk into your boss's office and he goes, Lee, you're fired. And Lee goes, I quit. It's like, you can't really quit, brother. I already fired you. No, I quit. So that's kind of like the weirdness of this. So he just invited a whole team. I don't know that's ever been done before, so that's history right there. John, let's get your take on what is your thoughts on this?
I think just about anything that has to do with the social aspect of Trump's career just needs to be taken away from him. I mean, just focus on your job and not
social prison.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow. This is a hard turn for John.
Yeah.
I think he's finally coming around.
I don't know. He just says so many stupid things. Just
Yes,
stop.
he has been saying stupid things back before you even voted for him.
I never
he
voted
was saying
for him.
Stupid things.
He
Anyway,
said he didn't vote for him.
I did not
All right.
vote for him.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Evan McCullen.
That's the same thing as voting for Donald Trump. A
So-
vote for Evan McCullen is a vote for Trump.
So I'm reading the story where you guys are just doing whatever you're doing. And they said that the Eagles were trying to schedule the event. I guess they were going to show up, allegedly, for dates when Trump would be out of the country. It looks like they didn't want to go. I know most players weren't going to show up anyway. What do you think about that, John? Players just saying, you know what? I know we've talked about this in the past, but it's back again. Players and teams not showing up to meet the president after winning.
To me, it shouldn't be about meeting the president. It should be representing your country in a way. You know, it's just a patriotic act.
Yeah.
Bringing sports and the country kind of together.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't have anything to do with Trump. I think it's kind of weak that they did that. But I mean,
I want to know they're having a party to celebrate the Super Bowl champions, and they de-invited the Super Bowl champions.
Well, it turned more into a party for the national anthem, like a party for America.
For the national anthem. Now, I've seen a lot of clickbaity titles about Trump not knowing the words to the national anthem.
Right, yeah.
Is that true? Does he know the words to the national anthem?
I mean, if I had to bet, he probably doesn't know them all.
Look, because here's the thing.
That's what I would say.
I don't really care. Like, if you don't want to stand for the national anthem, I could care less. Don't.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get up on a pedestal and pound a book and say, it ain't right, you should at least know the words. Right? If you're going to say the national anthem is the true sign of patriotism, you should at least know all the words.
I agree. I'm not. John, does Donald Trump know the words of the national anthem?
oh, I have no idea if he does.
You would say, what would you guess?
I would guess he does.
Okay. He's still holding on to faith there. So, okay. So, anyway, I thought it was just funny. It's the most typical Trump move there is. You know, basically, he's trying to be a baller. You know, he's like, yeah, you're not invited. Dude, they weren't coming. It's stupid. I mean, it's the dumbest thing. It's like, hey, anyone not listening to this show, you're uninvited from listening to it. All right, there you go. We just pulled a Donald Trump on the non-listeners. So, but if you listen, you're invited. If you listen, you're invited. But if you're not listening at all, you're not invited. So
the other thing is he's got like way more important things to be worried about.
You would imagine.
Like he's got heat on him right now, you know?
He's always got heat on
I
him.
mean, even if you don't have heat on him, as the president of the United States, you should be too busy to be doing this.
His people have started coming out and saying the president can pardon himself. Giuliani was on record saying he could shoot Mueller dead in the streets, or was it no, it was Mueller. He could shoot Mueller dead in the streets and pardon himself from it and get off scot-free. That's, a rough quote, but what, I mean, can you believe that? And here's the man like, oh, we need a distraction.
Brother,
let's go back to the NFL kneeling anthem thing.
I know, but he says,
so dumb.
But like John said, the tweets are crazy every week. Like, we've forgotten some of the crazy ones. Yes, that's the most asinine thing I've ever seen. I'll literally, if I'm found guilty of collusion with the Russians, I'm just going to pardon myself. It's basically what he's saying. He's basically saying, hey, if they find me guilty, who cares? I'm the judge. I'm just throwing the case out. It's absurd. Right. Then one guy said this is the same thing Nixon was saying right before they.
Oh, what could you say? What could you say? And now Putin's coming out and he's like, yeah, me and Trump are really close. We talk on the phone every week.
You believe that? Trump does. I mean, it might be true. I don't know.
Why would I not believe it?
Well, Ovechkin's about to win the NHL championship, so Putin's going to have a sleeper agent in the White House. Yeah, watch out, man.
Watch out.
Watch out. This is how it begins. It's all the mastermind plan of Putin. He said the Capitals will win the NHL. I will put the Ovechkin into the White House. There's probably more Russians on that team.
Let's move on to...
All right, let's move on.
Something a little bit more dorky.
Okay. What we got?
So there's a story about the Kelly Marie getting off social media. She was getting harassed.
Okay, so Kelly Marie Tran played Rose in the new Star Wars film that Lee hated. And, right, You didn't like that movie, did you?
Not as compared to some of the other offerings in the series.
Okay.
Certainly not. It was kind of, they like did a lot of political things in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They did a bunch
It's
of
odd.
stuff that wasn't really very Star Warsy.
I thought you would like that.
Why?
Just because it's like politically where you're at.
What? Okay.
SJW, baby.
I'm an SJW.
Yeah. Out of the three of us, you are. Yeah.
What am I SJWing about?
Well, I just thought you would like the doctrine of the film. you know?
Okay, I got to admit, it was me that was harassing Rose.
Well, let's set up. So Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose in Star Wars, and was a character a lot of people didn't like. Let's just be honest here. She was the love interest of Finn. I don't even know how to describe her. But anyway, her sister. I'm not going to go through the plot of the movie. Anyway, she was getting attacked by. She had an Instagram account, and fans hate her so much, or hate the character so much, they started attacking her on Instagram constantly. Like, you suck. You're the worst. Get lost. Blah 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 blah. And so it got to her so much, she deleted her Instagram account this week, which is crazy, we can talk about that for a minute for sure. And then Mark Hamill came out this week and just basically said, piss off to the nerds out there.
Hashtag get a life nerd.
Yeah, hashtag get a life. I love that. That's
You
great.
love that?
That's major key right there. Hashtag get a life nerds. You might as well write that down because that's it. That's over with. But these nerds, man, they're the true keyboard warriors. Like, they were the original keyboard warriors. And they're punks. If you confront these people in public or in person, if she met some of them,
They'd probably wet their pants.
they would kiss her ass like you wouldn't. Oh, I loved you in that movie. You were great.
You think so?
Yeah, but I think with social media, not that I think, but there is a large aspect of not really communicating sometimes with the people you're talking to via social media. Like, you don't see them as a person. You see them as a name, or
They're dots on a screen.
right. So
Yeah.
the consequences of what you say sometimes, well, I don't know if that's true or not, but the consequences aren't as real if you're in person with someone. So she basically had to leave social media because of the attacks, which, if you've been on social media long enough, you've wanted to take a break from it. But what is wrong with the nerds, John? Tell me.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I did not like that movie very much.
Okay.
But it had nothing to do with her character.
We've never talked about that. You didn't like the movie?
No.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I didn't
And a
really
lot
care
of-
for her character all that much.
No, most people didn't.
But I'm not on Instagram hating on people.
I've always some of the Instagram stuff anyway is just, it's so weird. To me, it's weird that people at Donald Trump all day. Like, dude, he's not reading what you're writing.
Maybe.
Maybe there's a 1 in a million chance he retweets or responds. But
He
come on.
blocked some people.
Well, not anymore, he didn't, because Supreme Court said he can't block anyone on Twitter anymore.
What?
Yeah, that was last
But,
week.
I guess there's like a
Yeah, it's freedom of
campaign
speech.
card.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Lee, tell me, you're in the Reddit world. You know about the Reddit game.
Right.
What's going on here?
I think you covered a lot. And here's the thing. Like, I often find myself like on Twitter or Reddit, and I see people posting like really stupid things that offend me or racist, sexist things, and I want to respond. And I'm like, I type out a message, and I don't hit send.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what separates me. So I have a hard time understanding these people.
Yeah, it's very.
I guess I guess I'm almost there.
But you think they
Not quite.
they realize though? And this is a serious question. And I understand like what I'm about to ask, but is deeper. They realize like she's not that character, right? Like, do they think she brought the character to whoever wrote it? Who wrote this one? I don't know. Whoever wrote it. Who cares?
I don't know.
But do they think she was like, hey, I got some ideas for this character. I'm going to do this scene here and that scene. Like, shouldn't they be more upset at the director as the person?
I'm sure they are.
But they're attacking her for it.
I'm sure they're just attacking everyone.
You're probably right.
But like, here's the thing. Like, if you're going to
I know they're attacking the director.
So go ahead where you're going with this.
This is my other thing. It's like, you're a character on a Star Wars movie.
So
that's a life-changing event.
Right.
Like, and you decide you're going to put yourself out on Instagram, like, toughen up a little bit. You're like, if you don't want to be there, fine, like, leave. That's great. But you have to expect this is going to happen, especially as a female. Like, for some reason on the internet, you're just like an open target for disgruntled men.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't, why? societal issues.
I mean, I would
don't know.
turn off the notification. There's no way she had her notifications on like constantly.
I mean, you
Like
tell me.
if we blew up big and we had a Twitter account, there's no way. Just I don't understand how like I know most celebrities turn off notifications, so they don't know if you get messages or not. But some quasi ones like start responding back. I'm like, dude, do you have those on all the time? Because like we're just a little podcast, and on a certain day, man, my phone will blow up. You know, I can't imagine that like just nonstop. It's crazy. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, but if it's affecting you that much and you don't have the thick skin,
but why does
you
it
need
have
to get
be,
off.
Why does it need to be news? Like an actress got off Instagram.
I think just because of there's a lot of white male nerd bad behavior. I think that's kind of what it's highlighting more so than her. It could have been anyone, and I was reading a lot of stuff about it. I read one thread, went down the rabbit hole, and some unbelievers, white nationalists, are trying to recruit all these nerds now because they kind of fit their model, and that's a little bit alarming, you know. Maybe, and a lot of people are upset at the political nature of this film. They attacked that as well. They attacked, I guess, her and the director, whoever's associated with it. They weren't happy about it. So,
but she's not the first. There was another famous actress that I think it was who's the girl in Hunger Games?
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
I think Jennifer Lawrence was on Instagram and did the same thing. Like she showed up
possibly.
She showed up to a photo shoot that she was paid for or something, and then people started to tag her on it, and she's like, oh, that's it, I'm out. And she just turned off social media. And at the end of the day, like, if you're not capable of handling it, then just turn it off.
I know.
Let's not make a big deal of it. Let's not make it a news headline. Let's just move on.
It's an entertainment headline. It's not like it's...
But it shouldn't be.
Right. Okay, but what dress someone wears to the Met's an entertainment story. I mean, what do you report on for entertainment?
I guess.
All right, next story. Sorry, Kelly Marie Tran.
So this is the one that I was talking about this with someone I know, and it's the Kate Spade death, suicide note. I think her estate was worth like $200 million or something. She got started designing handbags. Of course, she had an entire fashion line, hugely popular, nice, cute stuff, right? But she suffered from depression. So I was talking to the person. I was like, man, how can you possibly be depressed with $200 million? Like, it just seems like whatever problem you would face.
You said that like with no irony or anything?
Right, yeah, like just out of ignorance.
Okay. All right, keep going. I mean,
so I was like, how could you possibly be, like, I understand suffering from depression, but like with $200 million, you could just change your life instantly.
More money, more problems, baby.
So yeah, anyway, like, the hope that they responded the same way, like, you asshole, depression.
Well, I wouldn't call anyone an asshole for not understanding depression, how it works, because I do not suffer from depression. I'd tell you if I did, but I listened to a lot of podcasts, a lot of famous people, a lot of just regular people have talked about depression, and the way they describe it, it's insane, because a lot of them say they just don't even feel like getting out of bed.
The way I've heard it described is if the cure was on the bedside beside you, they couldn't get it, right? Couldn't get it.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it is wild.
So she had a kid, and in her note, she said, tell your kid, you know that I love you. If you don't believe me, ask Dad. So, that's
it's unfortunate. Crazy. But it just goes to show that all the money in the world can't make you happy necessarily. You got to remember that as well.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, imagine having $200 million,
but I'm not depressed.
Being depressed, and then being broke and being depressed.
Well, I think broke probably offers you more of a luxury to deal with it, because you're having to survive. It's when you have everything. And you have nothing.
That's a good point.
The problem, I do suffer from depression. And one of the ways that I cope is I assign a face to my depression. I'm sad because of this. I'm sad because of that. And that's something I could work on. That's something tangible. If everything's going right in your life, but you're still depressed, that's worse, because you don't know how to fix it. There's nothing that you can distract yourself with. And so, I feel for Miss Spade and her family, and but money is not always. It's a chemical thing that makes you feel a certain way. When you take a drug for the first time, it changes the chemicals in your body to make you feel good. Well, what if it was the opposite all the time?
Yeah.
And that's what depression is like.
Well, it's sad, and it's sad a lot of time that I don't know if people knew she was depressed or not. I don't think a lot of people did, like her family. Her sister said she did, but they said her sister and her hadn't talked for a long time. So I don't know how that dynamic works, but it's sad to think.
If someone, that's another thing, is if someone who is suffering depression doesn't want anybody to know, they won't know.
Yeah.
Look at Robin Williams.
That's true. It's good. It's a good example.
It's hard for me to understand, not being a person that has that suffers from depression or even really has too many issues dealing with blue periods or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say if you know someone that's suffering depression or you are suffering depression, you can call the U.S. National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. And I would encourage you that if you ever have a friend that even seems depressed, maybe you should call the hotline as well.
For sure, yeah.
But so the second question I had to ask on this was, okay, so Kate Spade's worth $200 million. She's dead. She wrote you in her will, and you now are the sole inheritor of $200 million. What is the first thing that you buy?
Oh, what's the first thing I buy?
Yeah.
I'd probably pay my house off first.
Just pay your house off, John.
Same.
Y'all are assholes.
After that,
I would erect a memorial to Kate Spade and set up a nonprofit
good for you
to help out those with depression. So there you go.
I would have been number 3, but it's fine.
What's number 2?
Oh, I'd build a recording studio where we could do this full time, baby.
Okay.
I'd go big time with it, and then I'd get someone to do whatever you just said.
Just help out with
I've got an assistant at that point, man. 1 and 2 are like really important. After that, we can do whatever. No, it's sad, man. It really is, and you probably know someone that's. I didn't know John suffered from depression until recently that I know about. So it affects a lot of people, and just kind of remember that when you talk. It comes back to social media. Just be cool to people. It's and kind of listen to people and watch for signs and help as much as you can. But like at the end of the day, what's going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
You can only be there to offer support. So. All right. Well,
okay.
That does segue perfectly into our idiot of the week.
Oh my God, I am surrounded by idiots.
You idiots! To the idiot mobile. You idiot! You're an idiot.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
All right. It's time for the idiot of the week. This comes to, where is this at? Where's this at? Okay, I'll just read the story. You tell me where it's at later. This is a guy, man accidentally shot, that's not the idiot of the week, by FBI agent doing backflips. That's the idiot. The headline is, my pants turn red. You got the story queued up?
I just have the video.
Okay, so this guy, if you're watching on the live stream or not, you can Google it, but he's at some kind of party, like a dance party. I don't know what the heck's going on here. This is an FBI party. What's going on here? This guy's so anyway. He's in his civilian clothes. He's not wearing a uniform or anything, but he has his gun obviously in the back of his pants or something. Yeah, he does.
It's not even in a holster.
It's not even a holster. And so there's a big dance circle. And let's be honest here. If a dance circle happens and you get pushed in the middle, you better be busting some moves, man. There's nothing that's worse than being in a dance circle and being lame. So that on that part, okay, do the backflip. Dude, you had a loaded gun in your back waist with no holster to it. What did you think was going to happen?
I just found the problem.
What's that?
It's from Denver.
Oh, it's from Denver. Uh-oh. Yeah. Here we go, baby. You think the man maybe was...
Look out, Colorado. Lee's on
He's on,
trail.
On the scene.
You think my man was maybe partaking a little bit?
Let's set the scene.
Okay.
An FBI agent is in hot water.
Yeah. You have a gun holstered to your back waist.
Mm-hmm.
You're at a party and you get surrounded by a dance-off, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Do you do the backflip?
You got to do it.
You do the backflip.
But
you do the backflip with a gun holstered in your back.
No, you put the gun down.
Now let's smoke you out.
Okay.
Let's get you a mile high. Let's put a gun in your waistband.
I'll do it.
Let's put you in a dance circle.
Well,
do you do the backflip then?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what's the issue
If
here?
I'm smoked out, son, I'm telling what I might do.
Days.
Worms, backflips, a running man. I might pull out the gun and just start shooting people. I don't know what's going to happen, okay? That's a good dance move right there. Drop it like it's hot.
Pop.
That'll knock him dead.
So this guy was the idiot of the week.
Click, click, boom. Is that the song playing?
It is. And the worst part of this guy,
He lost his job, right?
no,
Tell me his lost.
no, he'll be suspended. You really think this guy should lose his job over this? I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
An FBI agent accidentally shot someone,
But he's not.
and he's going to keep his job.
What do you want? You want him fired?
I mean, at least not out on the street with a gun anymore.
The cops that are blasting blacks in the streets don't get suspended and don't lose their job.
I don't know about that.
They haven't.
Well, those people should definitely get
Okay,
fired.
well-
first. And there's a huge distinction between an FBI agent and a local police. Okay, the amount of training, the level of sophistication, the quality of investigations they're supposed to be doing.
I just said,
is much higher.
I say
okay?
damage control. You made the news for shooting someone. It wasn't an unarmed black man. So I feel like the FBI should almost be embracing this moment, going, "Hey, we're just shooting white guys at a dance-off. It's fine." That you kind of turned that around.
That's why I hadn't heard this story before I came here.
I just think this is damage control time. We need FBI. Hit us up at FBI. Someone do that. At FBI. Contact at BYB Pod. We're going to help you out with this situation. We just must start making commercials. The FBI.
They're not racist.
They don't shoot black unarmed men. They shoot unarmed white stoners. Look at this guy. What kind of party was this? And the guy does have a bullet in his leg.
I don't know. It's so weird. Anyway, it's obviously he's wearing a Kappa Sigma shirt. So
it was obviously a bro party.
Yeah.
And you see there are no black people in that crowd I'm looking at. So it was obviously a white fraternity party. And this guy looks like a frat bro. So maybe, you know.
I mean, Lee did say it was in Denver.
There we go. So there you go. That's our idiot of the week. All right, funny story there. I mean, luckily this guy isn't really hurt, and he's got a story to tell, and they're going to take care of him monetarily. You bet. So, all right, any more stories you want to report real quick?
FBI, come to Nashville.
You got anything else?
I'll take a bullet.
I think we just need to touch on real quick the Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne.
The first thing John said when he came in, he just shook his head at us, and he's like, "Can't believe you guys didn't talk about Roseanne."
Well, John.
So
to set it up, Roseanne tweeted out some racist things, and she was fired from her show, and the show is done in that capacity. All right, John, go ahead. Your floor is yours. What do you think? Is it justified or not?
The firing, I mean, there's a lot of people's careers that went to the wayside because of one idiot's. Look at all these other instances. Danny Masterson was written off of the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
For the Me Too movement.
It wasn't called Danny Masterson, though. The show wasn't named after him. Can you name any big stars?
Call it Dan.
Okay, let's say the name of the show was Dan. You don't think they would have canceled that?
They wrote Dan off of the original show.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was talking about Danny Masterson. Oh, I got you.
He's saying keep Roseanne alive.
Well, what they're saying is,
did you watch Roseanne?
I watched every episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. They think they're going to make it about her daughter. What's her daughter's name?
Darlene.
Darlene. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are they going to call it Darlene?
I don't. They're still working on it.
Spinoff.
Yeah, I guess. And I guess Rosanna die. I mean, on the show, she was addicted to pain medication at the end of this season. So I think they were going to look more into that in season 2. But
this is probably a publicity stunt.
Oh no, she's crazy.
No.
She's been tweeting crazy stuff for years. This isn't like the first thing. This is the first thing that ABC wants to act like they saw. No, she believes in Pizzagate. She believes in she's a right.
What
wing.
is Pizzagate?
Pizzagate is what these conspiracy theorists believe, that there are sex trafficking and drug places, and Pizzagate was one guy was activated by the government to go in and kill everyone that was in this pizza place because they were having sex trades or whatever. That's exactly. Did you hear me just describe that? Okay, I can't even describe it. It's so weird. But anyway, that's kind of what Pizzagate was, and she believes in that. She believes in a lot of other conspiracy, and she's a Donald Trump supporter. So I mean, that didn't help. Let's just be real here. That didn't help a lot. But so anyway, so John, I
mean, as far as canceling the show, just outright mid-season, little much.
Okay,
But,
so what if we had a radio show and it was just called Dave Brewington Show or whatever, and we were in about a year and I said something really crazy, whatever, picket, racist, whatever. I don't know how that would happen, but let's just say I do, and it causes waves, and it's like, dude, sorry, man.
I mean, this is a completely different scale. It'd probably bring viewers than.
But let's say I get fired. I mean, you don't think they'd say that show's over, or do you think they'd be, well, I guess it has happened before, actually. I can't think of the. Oh, geez, there was a talk show in New York. I guess, yeah, they went on with that. Opie and Anthony. Anthony got kicked off for saying racist things. He was calling black people.
Did they change the name of the show?
They did. It was called Opie and I can't
Dopey?
think. It's another. It's a famous comedian. He's bald. He's vulgar. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, they basically renamed the show. I guess, yeah. I'm with you. A little bit much to kill the whole show, but
it was one tweet.
It was a pretty bad tweet.
It was bad, but
ABC has a brand to protect, and they are very family oriented, and they're very, they're more on the liberal side of things. So they, of course, you can't tweet out racist things about black people and then act surprised and go, "Oh, I didn't know she was black." Come on, man. You didn't know this woman was black? You're blasting her all day and you don't even know who she is? That's a little bit much.
She was the tweet that she got out was pretty targeted.
And she said she was on Ambien too. So it's like
that's
excuse
right.
after excuse. It's like, own it. Just go, hey, I tweeted out something bad. I'm sorry. I understand.
Even when she apologized, she's like marketing herself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. By the way, I'm going to be on Joe Rogan's podcast Friday.
And she didn't make it to Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, she didn't?
Nope.
I thought she did.
She did not.
Huh.
Joe Rogan tweeted out she was not in a good frame of mind. She was not going to be on the show. So,
wow. Must have been on that Ambien again.
Ambien, hell of a drug. Okay, so anyway.
When she's years ago when she did the national anthem, she
that's right.
And she spit. What did you think about that when that happened?
I thought it was trash, straight
Really?
trash. That's worse than the NFL players taking a knee. I mean, why aren't people outraged about that? That's like one of the worst.
I thought it was kind of funny, actually.
But it's one of the worst vulgar displays against the flag in history. And we're in that's never been talked about, so come on, man. So Trump's like, yeah, she's my girl and all this stuff. It's like, dude,
what?
He was like,
after this?
Yeah, he was like, nah, it's a girl, but he knew she voted for him and he was kind of offering support like, oh, you didn't fire all the people that said other things, or his constituents did. He tweeted out something about it as well. So
what is this world that we live in?
I don't know. All right. Well, anyways, there you go.
Let's go. Okay. Let's do a little who's to blame.
Are you ready for who's to blame? All right, time for Who's to Blame, where we take a topic. One of the hosts argues for it. The other one argues against it, regardless of what they actually think. And we try to see who makes the better argument. This week's topic, Lee, is...
We're doing California. John, you're pro-California. David, you're anti-California.
All right.
We'll let coin flip to see who goes first.
Oh, I don't. You want to go first? You want me to?
You go ahead first.
All right. California. Let's just call it what it is. The left coast, okay? This is a place that has traffic problems, smog problems, drug problems, homeless population that's spiraling out of control. And you got a beach? You got a beach? You also got earthquakes that keep rocking your state every couple of months. Okay, let's just be honest here. And last time you checked, this state is actually in the deficit, John. I don't know if you were aware of that or not. So looks like little California is not doing so well. So I know John's going to get here and talk about I love the beach, and I love the weather and all this. Brother, there's 35 other states that have exactly what they have there. Okay, there's a whole coast up there. And you're going to jump on California because of the mamas and the papas and Dr. Dre and all that stuff, California Dream. I hear you, brother. You're a follower, and you're already indoctrinated. So let's hear what indoctrination occurred while you were in California. Go ahead.
California is a beautiful place. I'd like to know these 35 other states that have coast. But anyway.
You don't think there's 35 states that have coast?
No, I don't.
Okay, 25.
That's not 35, bro.
Okay, well, whatever.
Anyway.
One out of a bucket.
Not 25 either.
I don't know what it is. Geography is not my strong suit.
Anyway,
is that what you're attacking?
No, I'm attacking you. Not. Anyway, there's so much talent. It's a breeding ground for
breeding
media that has taken the world over. I mean, how many what art would we not have because of California? There's so many things.
Nothing.
Let the man finish. Let the man finish.
He's asking a question. He's looking at me.
It was rhetorical.
He's looking at me asking a question.
Yeah, he wanted that rhetorical question to sound inside your soul.
Yeah, I did, but it didn't work.
Just
apparently.
so you're aware, this is the sound of a dying man right here.
Oh no!
But anyway,
you're already defeated.
No.
There's so many great things that came out of California. The Beach Boys. I mean, just movies and that
one
just great.
Okay, one band. Okay,
let the man speak.
Beatles want to be. Go ahead. Yeah, they can't. They didn't come from California.
Anyway,
I don't think they did.
No,
they didn't.
But
what are all these great movies? Go ahead, run them down from California. They were shot exclusively in California.
Hollywood as a whole. I mean, there's so many things that have been shot, particularly just on sound stages.
Hollywood is kind of the birthplace of.
Yeah, it's fake
movies.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Yeah, fake. Everything that pretty much today is fake. But I mean, it doesn't make it.
Who's running? I'll just let him keep talking. He's going to run out of steam.
You were winning, John, but if you keep talking, then I'm going to have to.
In that case, I think I'm done.
Well, it's the first. I would say that it's the first that you've actually lost to John.
You think I lost?
Anyway.
All right. Well, I disagree.
Yeah, your take was a little weak. I'm not going to lie.
No, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I think it's just California is such a great state, you know.
No, it's not though. But anyways, all right. Well, that's it. That's who's to blame. I just got my butt kicked. Screw you, California. Who's to blame? Yeah, tell me who's to blame. Tell me who's to blame. All right, there you go. Let us know what you think on social media at BYB Pod on Twitter and Facebook. Let us know what you thought about the argument. Okay, John is back in the house. Everyone has been asking about him. Where's he gone? Where's the advice? No one actually said that. But we do give John a weekly segment where he gives advice to the listeners that email us. It's called Dear John.
Dear John.
All right, it is time for Dear John. And before we get started on Dear John, 30 states have a coastline. Thank you. All right, so anyways, Lee is going to read a listener email. John's going to listen, and then he's going to give his advice. Lee, let's get started.
Dear John, my husband and I divorced because of another woman. I took it hard, but after a year or so, I was okay. No. Fast forward to now. He shows up on my doorstep needing food and shelter, so I took him in. He's still the father of my children. Now I can't get rid of him. He's trying to show me he's changed. If I didn't know him, I think he wasn't the same man at all. I need to know if this is an okay situation for me to be in, because well-meaning friends and family tell me he won't change. He'll leave again. I say, as long as he abides by the terms of the divorce, so what? I don't care if he sees other people. He's my ex. As far as I'm concerned, he's just renting a room in my house. But I need to know, am I hurting the kids by letting him stay? He seems to get along better with them now than he ever did, and I'd be renting that room to someone else if it wasn't him. As far as I'm concerned, better the devil you know than the one you don't. Am I doing the right thing? And if so, how do I get well-meaning people to stop lecturing me from the landlady?
Ooh.
Let's be honest. The real reason he's there is because you secretly want him back.
Wow.
You should not be in this situation. He needs to get out of there. You need to grow up. Yes, it's hurting your children because they're catching off of these false hopes that you're putting out there that their daddy's back when he's probably going to do the same thing. All those other people are saying that you're doing the wrong thing. They are right. This needs to end. That's it. It needs to end.
Well, that's definitely a take. I mean.
So, okay, let's... I think that I feel like she feels like she's doing the right thing. So what would you say to her to get people to stop lecturing her, even if she decides that she doesn't want to kick them out? Or are you so angry you don't even care?
No, I mean, the only thing is like if she needs to just tell those people, hey, I made a decision. I'm not going to change it. We can talk about something else. But I mean, I mean, if there's things that you don't want to talk about, I'm your friend. And if it's that important to you, I'm not going to talk about it in front of you anymore. And so that's, if those people want to be her friends and she wants to really stop being lectured, then she just needs to put her foot down about that subject line of what they're talking about. But
who should she rent the room to? Should she just put it on
Craigslist? I'm not comfortable with anybody renting a room to somebody when their kids are living in the same home.
I think she's a single mom with a bunch of kids to support. She probably, it's glass ceiling, so she probably gets paid less.
So good question.
Than most men, right?
Should she rent? Would you feel comfortable for her renting to a stranger or to the ex-husband? Which one is better in the long run?
The devil than the one you don't.
The ex-husband, she could at least trust him with the kids.
Oh, so you're changing.
So you're coming around a little bit here. What she needs the money.
Well, if he comes to the doorstep broke, she said, didn't she say he was broke? How's he paying?
He's renting a room.
He's renting a
room. Just
room.
because you're broke doesn't mean you can't make more money in the future.
Is she really renting the room to him, though?
That's what she said.
It doesn't seem like.
All we can go is what she said.
She literally said, if he's not here, I have to rent it to someone else.
Yeah.
So we assume he's taking part of the bills or some kind of monetary.
I mean, if she has to absolutely rent the room to somebody and she doesn't have family that needs the room besides him, then yeah, that's better than a stranger. But still, that's
so
not.
Wait a minute. What is going on here?
That's not what she's asking though, and that's not what her friends are complaining about.
Kinda is.
Yeah, kind of.
She spells it out very clearly. Better the devil I know than the one I don't.
That's just the aspect of why that's her justifying him.
But it's very convenient. Like instead of getting a Craigslist ad for some weirdo that's going to chop someone up with a hatchet, it's your ex-husband.
I'm saying she's not putting something in that letter that really should be there.
Which is.
That she has some sort of desire to if he's going to jump ship again, it doesn't matter really if he's just a tenant.
Mm-hmm.
But
then it wouldn't really matter.
You just said that you would have a problem with just some rando renting your house with your kids.
I would.
So this way, it's almost perfect for her because it's just the ex-husband.
But do you think her friends and family would be ragging her that much if that was just the case?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, if I divorced my wife and then like a couple years later she moved back in with me with the kids.
Do
you not think that my family would be like, yo, are y'all getting back together? And I'd be like, nah, he's just renting it. They would totally be like, dude, that's super weird.
That's super weird, but they wouldn't be attacking you on it.
I would be.
There you go.
She's paying him?
I'm related. Yeah, I still would, yeah. But anyway. I mean,
David would probably be like, y'all are going to get back together.
Yeah,
I mean, that seems like the logical conclusion.
It would be talked about for sure. I mean, 100%
behind closed doors, even.
But I mean, if you told David to look, I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Please don't bring it up again. He'd probably respect you.
Yeah, that's David.
Yeah, I don't know. So, what's your final advice for? Rent it or don't, man?
I mean, if it's an absolute money thing, then yeah, keep renting it to him. But don't, under any circumstances, think that this man is going to be a permanent part of your life and not going to screw you over again.
There you go. Take the money and get screwed, dear John. All right, there we go. So that's the end of that. You can write in any questions you have at bybpod@gmail.com or hit us up on social media with your questions or the website. We'll get to that later. But now it is time for one of our favorite segments. It is Blame Your Selfie.
Honestly, when I first started doing this show, you said you have to take selfies of yourself and put it on the Blame Your Selfie. And I literally thought you were insane. I was like, why would anyone take a selfie of themselves?
All right, it's time for Blame Your Selfie, where our listeners, our blamers, take selfies during the week. They use the hashtag Blame Your Selfie, and we show them on the live stream. So there you go. This is John. Here we go. Out on the left coast again. This says, in honor of Dave is the Worst, which is my name anymore. While I was in San Diego, I had to get a picture with a flock of birds. Hashtag Blame Your Selfie. I mean, that makes me upset, John. Makes me almost cry because today the birds were pulled out of Nashville. No more birds in Nashville until Bird and Nashville work it out. Boo, Nashville. Boo. Bad move.
Did that dude try to sell you drugs?
No.
All right, so that's John standing next to some bird scooters and some dye. All right, here we go. It's Michael Anthony. Nicholas got his T-shirt this week. He's representing that misogyny alert.
In that bright yellow.
Misogyny alert.
Yeah, baby.
Misogyny alert.
He's got it
Misogyny
rocking
alert.
it. We sent him that shirt. So Michael, Nicholas.
Hey, that shirt's for you, Michael Anthony.
Hashtag blame your selfie. Represent, man. Represent that misogyny alert shirt. All right, next up, we got Jarrett Nicholson at 5'_14". Says, when the women are more interested in idle chit-chat than your topless torso, don't blame the blinding glare off the water. Blame your selfie. This is him out on the lake with some lady friends. Maybe I think his daughter was there too. A bunch of kids were there. I kind of saw his other tweets. But he's rocking the Blame Your Brother shirt in the canoe while out on the lake. So we always love seeing our swag in different places. That's a cool one. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. Thank you, Jarrett. All right, this is Half Pint. It says 3 days away from turning 30. How am I supposed to feel again? I don't know who to blame, so I'll just blame your selfie. So happy early birthday to Marlon, a.k.a. Half Pint. Half Pint's point. He turns 30 in 3 days, and I think he's going to New York for a WWE event, Madison Square Garden. So that's going to be fun for him. And then who knows what else he's going to do. But happy early birthday. You're not a blamer as more as you're part of the crew. So happy birthday from
all
the
the
crew.
blamers are part of the crew. But I just want to say 30 is not bad, brother. It's 31 you got to look out for.
There you go. 40 will really hit you. All right, this is Ha Simpson at Squeaky Ha. Says cameras and shadows add 10 pounds. Hashtag blame the sun. Hashtag blame your selfie.
She must weigh like 60 pounds then.
She does weigh about 60 pounds. So there you go. That's Ha Simpson, always one of the selfie members. This is a new addition. This is Anna Holcomb at Anna_Holcomb. And it says hashtag blame your selfie. And she is on her way in this picture to Bonnaroo, where she's working for the whole day. So Bonnaroo, that's cool, but then working all day, that sucks. But hopefully you are having a great time there and enjoy it, make that money, and hopefully see a band or two while you're there.
Yeah, I think that's what you just tell people when you're going to Bonnaroo. Yeah, I'm working.
Well,
it's like 2 hours in a tent.
Yeah, there you go.
And then she's going to be in a field for the rest of the day.
We'll see. I don't know about that.
In that case, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous anyway.
Well, here's our super producer of the show, River at Geeky Laley. When you're looking for the coolest people on Twitter, use the hashtag #BlameYourSelfie, and they will find you. Hey, what else do you need to say about that? He nailed it.
Nailed it.
All the cool people are out there rocking it. This is Ball Pit Gangster. This is Katie, Ballpit_Gangster, before and after haircut edition. Hashtag #BlameYourSelfie. So there you go. Short, long, short, long. There you go. So go follow Katie. She's fun. I think she's got a shirt coming out this week too. This is Girl Beer Sports Podcast, a great podcast I listen to every week now. Look forward to it every week. And she just had her wisdom teeth out. This is Carrie. And it says post-op hammock selfie. They really had to yank that left tooth out. Yeah, she talked about on her podcast. It was really deep in there. And so she still got bruising on the one side where they did it. Now, they didn't put her under, but she was like kind of sedated where she was kind of awake, but not really. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I had Novocaine and like laughing gas, and that was it.
What's wrong with you people?
I'm just telling you, that's how my wisdom teeth were removed.
Why would you agree to that?
It didn't hurt.
What?
It did not hurt.
I think it just depends on how it is. I mean, if it's just a tooth that needs to be pulled, it's one thing. But if it's like impacted or if it's in pieces,
that's true. He pulled mine out. I could hear it break inside. So, now I have been put under. I had to have a crown done, all this weird stuff. But I was put under them. But for my wisdom teeth, no.
They put me out.
Wide awake. I was cracking up, man. That laughing gas is good stuff. Yeah. All right, brother to blame. I've always been an awkward winker. That sounds so weird to say. How about you? Hashtag blame yourself.
Isn't it like a winking kind of awkward?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Especially in like a picture.
I mean,
like that.
But you can't communicate a wink in a photo.
No, you can't. It looks like you're special.
Well, I mean, I am special. Also, I can't. I cannot blink with my right eye.
That's bad.
I can't do it.
I wink at people all the time. Like,
really? What do they do?
They just
my left eye's easier to blink with, but I can blink with either one.
Yeah, you can't do it.
And this is the last one. John, again, double selfie this week. Look what I found. Still repping Blame Your Brother. He's got the Blame Your Brother shirt and California on a cannon.
Did you blast anybody with your cannon while you were out there?
Disappointment
Did you
cannon?
see any like people holding hands of the same gender and you're just
I did see that.
Did you like yell at them or anything?
No.
He shook his head in
Oh,
disappointment.
okay, yeah. All right.
He goes, if that was my child,
If that was my child.
I'd be disappointed. All right, so that's all the selfies for this week, guys. Like I said, take a selfie during the week. Use the hashtag #BlameYourSelfie, and we will feature you on the show. All right, so we got advice. We got selfies. We did the news. Now it's time to give you life advice in the Major Key segment.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, so every week we go through the episode, we have a good time, and then we come to the end and we give you a major key, some piece of advice from the episode last week. Keep your jammies fresh. Episode 93, it's harder for a man. Episode 87, ain't life magic. There's just so many things in here, but what are some contenders for tonight?
We have take the money and get screwed.
Okay.
We got grow up and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And we got hashtag get a life nerds. Or we could just make it get a life nerds, I guess.
John, what are you feeling?
Introduce hashtag.
I like getting life nerds.
Get a life nerds. There you go. That's your major key of the week. Hey, nerds, get a life.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, there you go. That's the episode. Now we're going to talk once again about episode 100, July 13th and 14th, which is almost less than a month away. We're going to be streaming for 24 straight hours to celebrate episode 100. And I'm really it's crazy to me how many guests we basically have the entire 24 hours with guests at this point. Now I know some may not be able to do it, but that's very impressive. So I'm just going to run down some names.
Some of them we made up, but besides that.
So we got, this is kind of who's coming, possibly be on the show. We can still get you in. We can work some stuff out. We got Bobby Joe Hennessy. We got Carrie from Girl Beer Sports Podcast. She might be coming in person. Elizabeth Donaldson, who's been on the show before. We love her. Jason of Scoop Nashville is going to be in studio with John.
I'm installing a cage partition.
There you go.
So that y'all can be separated.
We got Sal from Not Playing Stupid's going to call in. Marlon, a.k.a. Half Pint's going to come in at 2 a.m. Wake us up. Rusty Greer. Michael Anthony is going to be on the show. Titans cheerleader Ebony. Josh Baker, who's been on the show before, writer. My friend from work, Shauna Hampton. Her and Lee ought to have a good time. We got The Buzz's 102.9. Haley St. John's coming in. We've got Mandy from Little Geek Lost. Minx of Cooter and Minx. We got Josh Roberson, our buddy, who's been on before. Very funny guy. Adam Pewitt and JP from Podcast Roll. We got cross-dresser drag queen Raquel Red coming in. It's going to be interesting for sure. Thanks to, I think Jason hooked us up with that one. We got Jude Quinn, who's a musician, going to be doing a performance.
Sweet. What kind of music?
He does acoustic rock. Yeah.
Sweet.
We got a Fake Ass Radio Show calling in, and then Sarah of Count My Pod is going to help us in the entire broadcast. That's crazy to read all those names out. It's whoa, dude, man. I can't believe it. So if you want to be part of it, we can do 30-minute blocks. Right now I've got everybody penciled in for an hour. We can get 30-minute blocks, and we can get you involved. So if you want to, please just hit us up and let us know. But it's going to be fun. Some new people coming into the studio, some old people calling in. We're going to have a blast. But that's episode 100, so just start preparing for it. We're still working out details, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. And while you're thinking about that, go to the website, blameyourbrother.net. That's where you go for all the podcasts. Every past episode's on there. We have articles. Josh has an article up this week about a trip to New York, which is really good. Half Pint's on there writing about video games. We got Adam Cox writing for us as well. So strong staff, and we got all the episodes. We got links to our YouTube, our Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. So follow us, or Facebook, Twitter. Ways to subscribe to the show. And then we have an Amazon link. So if you're buying anything through Amazon, click on that link. Go buy everything you want to buy, and we get a small percentage of sales. It helps us out a lot. You can purchase your own Blame Your Brother shirt right there. Click on that link on the side of the page. And like I said, every Thursday, Radio Vegas Rocks streams us. Go to radiovegas.rocks to listen to a great internet radio show out of Las Vegas. And then you can email the show as well. There's a contact form. You can write to John, me, Lee, whoever you want to. If you want advice from John, write in. You can use a fake email, real email. We'll never know. It's anonymous message sender. So we're not Facebook. We're not collecting your data. Okay. So, but yeah, that's everything you need to know. Subscribe to the podcast. Tell your friends about it. If you listen on your iPhone, leave us a rating and review. That helps us out. We've got a number of them, but it's always good to have more. So if you've never done that, thought about it, do that. Definitely tell your friends. Retweet. If you see us, tweet out the episode or put it on Facebook, share it, get the word out there. And with that, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Burn this. I'm sorry? This must never be seen by anyone.
Welcome to Memory of the Week. Today is Thursday, June 7th,
They have to be found
the
and talked to.
158th day of 2018. There are 207 days left in the year. On June 7th, 1978, the Washington Bullets, now the Washington Wizards, won the NBA championship by winning Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Tonight, if the Washington Capitals defeat the Las Vegas Golden Knights, thus winning the Stanley Cup, it will be on the same date, 40 years later, Washington, D.C. wins a championship. That is today's Memory of the Week. David, John, and Lee, back to you.